Hey guys, Rob Caputo here for another episode of Talking with Cars, and today what we're going to do is we're going to review a little vacuum for the car, right? It's actually a 4-in-1 vacuum cleaner. It's the VC030 by a company called Oxilam, right? So you could order this on their website, you get 10% off, or you can order it on Amazon, right? Either way. With my coupon code, you can get 10% off, so it's probably a better deal if you do that. And disclaimer, they did send this to me, but I'm going to do an honest review. I'm going to do an unboxing. I'm going to charge it up. We're going to use it in the car, maybe around the house, and see how this thing works. It's got 14,000 pascals of suction power. It's the working voltage is 11.1 volts. Charging time 3.5 to 4 hours. The input for it is a 5-volt 2-amp, and the capacity is 22.2 watt-hours. So supposedly it's a pretty powerful little unit, you know, and you could use it for multiple things. You can kind of blow up, you know, little small things like pillows and beds and stuff like that, odds and ends, you know, portable stuff. You can use it also, I believe, it's got the tools so you can blow up mattresses, inflate some mattresses. It's a pump. Vacuum, it's got a couple brush attachments. So I'm really curious to see how it is. So we're gonna open this up and check it out. This is Talking with Cars. All right, so let's kind of open this up and see what it's all about. So this it didn't take long to get to me, to be quite honest. I got it really quickly after I showed some interest in reviewing it. So I'm assuming that it'll be the same when you order it. You can get it pretty quickly. It's probably stocked here in the States. We're going to open this up here. All right, so, well, here's the unit itself. Pretty cool. It's packaged really nice, actually. Pretty cool little unit. I mean, the build quality seems nice. Let's take this protective cover. There was like a little protective cover over the buttons. So that's nice. Charging port on this side. Buttons here. Filter. This is where all your debris and everything is going to go. You can open this up. It's pretty cool. It's easy. It's nice. It's got a nice seal on it too. Pretty cool. And it's got like a flap on it so debris goes in but nothing can come out. Nice. That's how you open it. You can replace the filter or clean it, do all that kind of good stuff. And that's on this side, just so you can see what it looks like. So yeah, I mean, that's how it locks into place. It's fully charged. Not bad. It's in eco mode right now. I think you can do eco mode and max mode. You can actually hear the difference. Wow, the motor's working. It's a little warm. All right, so warning. Maybe I should have read that first. When using the dust collection function, please install the HEPA filter element. So yeah, that's already in there. When using the vacuum function, do not use it to collect dust or sundries. Otherwise, the sundries will enter the motor and cause serious damage. Let's look at what else is in this box here. Oh, it's got the brush. That's pretty nice. I mean, it looks like it's well made for sure. See, this connects to here, right? So you could do this. I guess you could do it in either direction, to be quite honest. But the button's here. I mean, it's got some power to it, that's for sure. I mean, is it the most powerful one? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see what's in this box right here. We're going to put this here. Oh, here's the HEPA filter. I think that's the HEPA filter. Maybe we should read the instructions. See what's inside here. So there's some sort of HEPA filter. Here's a carrying bag. Well, that's nice. That's actually a nice quality one. Pretty cool, right? Carrying bag. What else is in here? Another attachment, right? For the tip. Put that in the bag. A couple of other attachments, you know, so you can put that on the back end of it, and you can kind of blow into a mattress or blow into like some sort of like football or something like that. Pretty cool little attachments there. Looks like it's got, oh, little dust brush. Pretty cool little dust brush right there. Charging cable and the instructions, which we probably should have read first. But as usual, whoa, sorry. I don't read instructions. All right, so it's got all the warning stuff, you know, what not to do. Don't leave it in the car because it could get damaged with the heat or direct sunlight. Charging method. During use, the battery power gradually decreases at the time of use. As the time of use increases, and the current battery level can be observed through the digital display. Show that to you. Right? So it's got 3 bars for full charge. And then when you charge it, it's got like a blinking light, you know, and there's 4 bars there. So when you get to the 4th bar, then it's obviously charged. Recommended use is a 5-volt, 2-amp charger. So I'm going to use like a standard phone charger. That should be, you know, fine. I'm sure it'll charge quicker if it was more amps. So vacuum function. All right. Oh, that's for pet hair. So this thing is actually for pet hair. That's interesting. I think it goes like that. I mean, not the most powerful thing in the world, but, you know, it does work. So I'm curious about this HEPA filter thing because I'm a little nervous about that. All right, let's see what it says here. So the blower function is on the back side. So we saw that, right? So we could put one of these little devices here, clamp it on, and then we can, yeah. And it adds a little bit more blowing action there. Put this on max. Hold on. There we go. You can hear it. Decent. Take that apart so we can store it here. What else? Oh, and then for like inner tubes and stuff like that, that's what these are for, because they have like a little bit more of a refined end to it. You know, this one's a little bit bigger than the other one. That's pretty cool. Let's see, what else? Dust removal operation. This product is multifunctional wireless vacuum cleaner for both car and home use. Please fully charge the battery before use. Please use the accessories reasonably correct to achieve the best dust removal effort. There's always a little bit of a language barrier between, you know, the translation of these instructions and the English language, but it's not too bad. Please clean up the dust every now and then so you don't clog it up. The HEPA filter. Rotate the dust bin and remove the dust bin from the fuselage. All right, so let's do that. Let's see if we can replace this, right? See if we can replace this. Now that's got a filter in it too. I mean, it's a metal canister, but it's, whoop, see, it's a metal canister, but it also has a filter inside. So this is, oh, I see, okay. So it's a 2-piece. So the HEPA filter is already installed on this little dust catcher. And that's how that locks in. So basically, you just put that in here like here. You lock it in, right? And then that goes inside of this. And it seals in there, right? Because there's like a rubber gland. Oh man, and it's already cracked. Well, that's not cool. So that already has a crack in it. See that? That's a crack right there. Huh, well that's not cool. Well, I'm gonna have to let them know about that. That's not cool at all. All right, and then that locks into place. So I think, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna lock in well. Let's see if it leaks. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I don't think it's leaking from there, but it's not, I'm not happy with the fact that that corner is cracked like that. So anyway, maybe they'll, I'll let them know, and I'll email them and let them know that they have to replace that. It's interesting. I mean, I got it for free. And you can clean, the metal filter screen can be cleaned. The HEPA filter obviously gets collected with dust. You could probably blow it out, but I would probably replace that. Must be dried. Actually, it says you can clean it. After cleaning the HEPA filter element, it must be dried and loaded into the dust silo. Yeah, and it gives you a little bit of a troubleshooting kind of section here. So it's not bad. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. So those are the instructions. This is the company, right? So you can check that out. They have a Facebook page, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram page at Oxilam, right? That's the company, so you can check that out. So not bad. Cool little unit. I'm gonna plug it in. I'm gonna charge it. I'm gonna use my portable charger to see how long it charges so it's fully operational. Let's plug it in right now. Let's see what it looks like. because I want this thing to be fully charged before I, whoops, oh, no, that wasn't good. All right, so lights back on. Here's the charger, USB-C on one side, USB-A on the other. We're gonna plug it right into here. Whoa, what the heck? All right, and we're gonna plug this in. Jeez, can't do two things at once here. All right, and that's charging. You can see the bar kind of like going back and forth. You see that? And it's charging. So we're gonna wait for that to charge 100%. We'll come back to it and we'll check it out. All right, I'm back and the unit is charged. It is fully charged. Working really well. The one thing that I wanted to let you guys know is I did reach out to the manufacturer to find out about that crack. They said it may have been a manufacturing issue. They said it might be a shipping issue. They are going to look into it and possibly send me a replacement part or a whole unit. So just so you're aware, the customer service is excellent, right? They've been very helpful so far. They responded to me within the day. So just wanted to point that out. So let's go ahead and let's use this device and let's see if it picks up anything. Hey guys, I thought long and hard about this and I just wanted to do a conclusion for this product, the Oxilam or Oxilam vacuum cleaner. So as you can tell, what I did is I did not wait for the replacement part to come. I didn't think it was necessary. What I did is I took some electrical tape and I kind of tightly wound it around this edge here so that it would be sturdy and it wouldn't flex. And it would still give me the performance that I would normally get, you know, being that if this was a new part. So anyway, so I wanted to give you some of my thoughts. Now around the house, I think it can be useful on windowsills, little like light dust, maybe some wooden stairs, some other areas like that, you know, where you have some light dust, light grime, odds and ends that you want to kind of touch up. I think, honestly, in the household environment, I think a dust buster or some sort of shark vacuum that you can get at Target or Walmart, I think would come in more handy. They'd be more powerful, they would hold more debris in the little canister, they would do a little bit better of a job. You know, I think there's a use case for something like this, you know, on windowsills and stuff like that, if you want to kind of just touch up some areas, no question about it, you know, maybe in and around your TV, stuff like that. So I think there's a use case for it, but I think where this kind of shines a little bit better is actually in the car, you know, which is probably primarily why they sent it to me. You know, they thought that this would probably be a little bit more auto-centric, you know, because it kind of fit into your car holder. You can store it away in the back of your car if you have a spill, you know, maybe some like food or odds and ends, you can kind of pick it up pretty easily. You know, like I took a moment and I cleaned up the floor mats of my car, you know, and you can see it in this video here, where I kind of spent some time and I kind of like picked up some debris, some rocks, some leaves, you know, odds and ends, and it did a really good job. And honestly, this little brush right here, all you had to do is kind of like move it across the substrate that you were on, whether it's the floor mat or the carpet or something like that, and it would loosen up the dirt and draw it into the unit. So it did a pretty good job there. You know, I could see maybe air vents and stuff like that that would come in handy, cup holders, in between the seats. I think this would be perfect for in between the seats. And it was powerful enough to be able to draw that dirt up. So, do I recommend this? You know, I think this is a good purchase for $52. You know, it's really not that expensive. Are there other options out there? Yeah, of course. You know, you got your car and driver vacuums, you got your, you know, Black & Deckers, your Sharks, your all that kind of stuff, the Blue Devils, you know, like all those types of vacuums that you could use in the car. They're a little bulkier, you know, you're not going to store something like that in the car as easily as you would something like this. You know, you can kind of break this apart, put it in this little storage baggie, and then just kind of keep it in the back of your car and you'll always have it. So keep it charged. It doesn't last a long time. I would say probably 30, 40 minutes. You know, especially on the maximum setting. So you're going to have to charge it. And it takes a little bit to charge. It takes a few hours for it to charge. But it's nice. I didn't use it as a blower. It does work well as a blower. I think, you know, blowing up some inflatable tubes and odds and ends, I think it would do a really good job. Again, I don't know how long it's going to last after doing that for a couple times. Probably like, again, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But overall, I would recommend it. I think it's a decent little unit. I think it's cool. I'm curious to see what they do if they send me a complete replacement part or the entire thing. You know, I mean, either way, they were really receptive to the email, and they got back to me very quickly. And you know, they said they would make it right. So, Oxilam vacuum 4-in-1. I think it's a good option. I would take advantage of the 10% off and use my coupon code or the link that I have down below, and you can get some savings. Otherwise, you can just pick it up on Amazon. I'll have both links down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.